everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaley Gray, and I am making weekly vlogs every Friday about life, faith, and relationships. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, be sure to hit that red button below and connect with me on my other social media platforms, my Facebook, my Instagram, my podcast. I would love to hear from you. So today we're going to be talking about how to maintain friendships, and what had sparked this topic was I had actually seen somebody share a story on, I think it was like Instagram. This was like months ago, and it was kind of like after the lockdown of everything that had happened with COVID and the pandemic starting. And it was, I wrote it down. These past few months, I know who my true friends are. And when I saw that, I was just like, you know what? That is so not true. Because I know I probably wasn't the best of friend during that time, but we were all navigating something that none of us had gone through, and we just didn't really know how to do it. So I don't really feel like anyone was just a truly, absolutely amazing friend during that time. And so it kind of hurt my heart that like somebody would post that and see that, because I was like, no, that's not true. So I did a poll on my social media and heard back from like over almost like 130-40 people of these questions. And so I put, do you feel like you have healthy friendships? And 95% of you guys said yes, and 5% said no. Do you feel like you're good at maintaining healthy friendships? And 86% of you said yes, and 14% said no. Do you talk to your best friend every day? Now, this total included married people, so they were including their spouse as being their best friend too, because 42% of you said yes and 58% of you said no. If you have friends that are of the opposite sex and you aren't interested in dating them, do you talk to them every day? 14% of you said yes and 86% of you said no. Do you have to set boundaries in your friendships? And 69% of you said yes, and 31% of you said no. Do you find it hard having friendships since COVID? And 42% of you said yes, and 58% of you said no. And what I wanted to say is that it's hard sometimes being a friend. Some people have lots of friends and they can have all of these friends. Other people, their personality is they just like to have a few friends. But friends take time, they take effort to really get to know someone. And so I don't want like COVID to discourage you from having friends or maintaining friends. And so I wanted to share some tips that I feel like help maintain friendships. And one of those is that changes are going to happen. So I know like when my friends get married or have a baby or, move, like I might not get to talk to them as much as what we normally talked, because they're also navigating a new season of life and they know the same thing with me. Like we can't always be talking as much as we do, but we have to respect boundaries. So like, for instance, when my friend gets married, I can't text and call her all the time because she has a husband now and she is doing things with her husband, and that's her new best friend. And I can't take offense to that. I just have to know like we still have that friendship, and I am like, you have a really good friend when they can be married and they can have kids. One of my best friends, we've been through seasons of singleness, engagement, married, having babies, not me, but her. And I love how she has included me in every single season of life. And, it might be like she has to go run some errands, and so she just has a quick hour. And if I have free time, I'll go ride with her and just go around and run errands with her, because I want to keep that friendship, and I just know that she doesn't have a lot of free time on her hands. And so if this is a time that she is like saying, hey, do you want to do this with me? Of course. Yes, I want to do it. I have other friends like, they don't ask me to always do a lot. Like we talk or like do things, but then when they're like, hey, do you want to go to this restaurant? And I don't even like that restaurant. I will be like, yes, I will go to that restaurant with you because I want to maintain and I want to put forth an effort in having the friendship with that person. And, you know, that's another thing. It takes effort to maintain friendships. It takes time to get to know somebody. You know, you have to build that trust. And with that also, you have to be open and honest. And it's hard to sometimes be vulnerable with people, but find those true friends that you can be vulnerable with and build that trust with them. But in order to be a friend, you have to not only speak, but you also have to listen. Don't just always like overshadow the person and try to finish their sentences. Like, let them talk, like really hear them out. Don't try to like tell them what you think they need to hear, but like really hear them out. And the same goes for like when they're trying to give, you know, advice to you. Like really listen to a friend's advice, because sometimes they can see blind spots that you can't see. And just know, this is what I'm going to close with, is, you know, some friends, they are not here to be for the long haul. And I don't want to be like a deadbeat downer and like end this vlog with like, your friends won't be there forever, you know, because some aren't. Some are for a short distance and some are for a marathon. But you just have to appreciate and make the effort and treat every friendship like it's going to be there long term. But if it's not, and like a door closes or something like that, or you guys drift apart, like just know, like just be thankful for the time that you did have with them. And I want to challenge you guys to at least this next week, text one of your friends or call them or try to connect with them and build that friendship. And you know, maybe it's a new person every week. And just really taking time to get to know somebody and maintaining those friendships. And you know, if there's somebody who's negative all the time and then you find yourself being negative because of it, you need to maybe evaluate, like, is this a healthy friendship that I'm in? And I can't say that I'm the best of friend and that, you know, I do all of these things. I feel like I do a really good job of maintaining and communicating with friends, but it's hard when you have so many friends. And so really find those friends. I recently got together with a friend and we haven't seen each other in a year, and we talked here and there, like we'll talk about big life updates and things like that, but we just pick up right where we left off. And that's when you know it's like a true heart friend, that somebody who can just like truly be there for you when you need them, and you are there for when they need you. And you know, you don't have to spend every waking second together and communicate all of the time, but you take time to invest in the other person. So friendships are so important to me. So I really hope that you take time to invest in some healthy friendships. And you know, maybe if you have these friendships, or you know, you haven't had time to do it, make time. Like, even if it's just for an hour, if it's like just shooting that text like, hey, I'm thinking about you, hey, I'm praying for you, hey, you know, I had this thought, like, do you remember when we did this? Like, do that. Let the person know that you are thinking about them. So anyways, I hope you guys have a happy Friday, and I'll see you all next week.